Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Victor Gaming. So, who remembers gaming on the original PlayStation? The first one. Me personally, I started out with PC gaming, but by the time PlayStation 2 came out, I got one and it was awesome. I did play on PlayStation 1 with friends and it was a lot of fun. Okay, so please remember that if you want to see more videos about all things gaming related, then you can go ahead and click the subscribe button. You can also click the bell icon to get notified of new uploads. It's if you want to. If you don't want to, that's also cool with me, but it will really help out the channel if you do. Alright, so without any further delay, here is a list of the best selling original PlayStation games of all time. I hope you enjoy.
Number 10.
Metal Gear Solid, commonly abbreviated as MGS, is a game directed by Hideo Kojima and was published in 1998 by Konami. MGS was originally released for the PlayStation console and it was a massive hit. MGS sold more than 6 million copies. Metal Gear Solid brands itself as tactical espionage action, making it different from many other action games through the way it promotes stealth, technique and a less violent form of gameplay. MGS were the third game in the Metal Gear series. The word Solid in Metal Gear Solid was chosen because the main character is named Solid Snake. Kojima was intent on making detail the devil of his work within MGS, so much so that even each desk within the game was individually designed.
Number 9.
Tomb Raider 2 is an action-adventure platform game developed by Core Design and published by Eidos Interactive in 1997. For those of you who aren't sure, this is the one with the boat in it. This is a game I played a lot when I was young, and for me personally, it will always be one of those special gems. How would I describe it? Well, it's a game where you explore places and find hidden relics and solve puzzles. You find keys to open doors, pull levers and climb walls, jump over dangerous ledges, shoot enemies, drive vehicles, and you do it all with the style and flair that only Lara Croft can do.
Number 8.
Crash Bandicoot is a platform game developed by Naughty Dog and published by Sony Computer Entertainment in 1996. Crash is able to defeat enemies either by jumping on them or using a spinning attack which launches them. Crash will lose a life if he is hit by an enemy or obstacle or falls into a bottomless pit. Crash can protect himself by collecting Aku Aku masks, which protects Crash from a single hit from an enemy obstacle, but no pits or other instant death obstacles. Crash can hold onto 2 masks at a time, and upon collecting a 3rd mask, he will gain temporary invincibility. The game ends when the player runs out of lives. Crash can get more lives by finding extra life items or by collecting 100 Wumpa fruits. Wumpa fruits are collected by breaking crates.
Number 7.
Tomb Raider is an action-adventure video game developed by Core Design and published by Eidos Interactive in 1996. Tomb Raider 1 spans over 15 levels and includes exotic places such as ancient ruins in South America, Africa and even Atlantis. If you're not sure, this Tomb Raider is the one with the dinosaur in it. Everyone remembers the T-Rex part, but true fans will remember St. Francis Folly, a brutally designed, vertigo-inducing vertical level. Who could ever forget the rush you got the first time you make it all the way to the top, only to misjudge the jump by a single pixel and fall off?
Number 6.
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, known as Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in the US, is the first Harry Potter video game for the PlayStation. It is an action-adventure game with platform elements published by Electronic Arts in 2001. It's based on J.K. Rowling's 1997 movie of the same name and the 2001 movie. Let's have a quick look at some differences between the game, the movie and novel. Peeves does not appear in the film, but is battled on a regular basis in the game. In the film and book, Harry's broomstick is jinxed for the first Quidditch match. In this version, neither the Quidditch matches have jinxed brooms or accidents. In the novel, Hermione burns the Devil's Snare with fire before it can suffocate Harry and Ron. In the game, it traps Ron and Hermione instead, forcing Harry to fight it alone.
Number 5.
Tekken 3 is the third installment in the Tekken fighting game series. It was originally released in March of 1997 in arcades and for the PlayStation in mid-1998, published by Namco. Tekken 3 was the first Tekken game to feature a beat-em-up minigame called Tekken Force, which pitted the player in various stages against enemies in a side-scrolling fashion, similar to Capcom's Final Fight or Sega's Street of Rage games. If the player succeeds in beating the minigame 4 times, Dr. Boskonovich would become a playable character, granted he is defeated first. There is also a minigame called Tekken Ball. It's similar to beach volleyball, where one has to either charge the ball, that's hit the ball with a powerful attack to hurt the opponent, or try to hit the ball in such a way that it hits the ground on the opponent's area, thus causing damage.
Number 4.
Final Fantasy VIII is a role-playing video game developed and published by Square for the PlayStation console in 1999. The next chapter in Final Fantasy takes the series to the next level. Final Fantasy VIII combines an epic storyline with dynamic role-playing elements, breathtaking music, and well-designed characters. The world of Final Fantasy VIII comes to life in a dazzling display of digital artistry that spans 4 CDs. With the addition of an hour worth of CG animation, a new junction system, and compatibility with the DualShock analog controller, Final Fantasy VIII is a breathtaking addition to the series. Final Fantasy VIII won a number of year-end accolades, including the prestigious Grand Prize at the 4th Japan Game Awards, tying with Dokudimo Isio for Game of the Year and being one of the only 5 games in the Final Fantasy series to be awarded the highest honor. In 2000, it won all 3 categories and was nominated for the Interactive Achievement Award for Console Adventure / Role-Playing Game of the Year, Outstanding Achievement in Animation, and Outstanding Achievement in Art Direction. At the 6th Golden Satellite Awards in 2002, the game won the title of the Best Interactive Video Game.
Number 3.
Gran Turismo 2, commonly abbreviated as GT2, is a racing game for the PlayStation, and it was published by Sony Computer Entertainment in 1999. In the game, the player must compete against AI drivers on various racetracks. The game uses 2 different modes, arcade mode and simulation mode, also known as Gran Turismo mode. In the arcade mode, the player can freely choose vehicles they wish to use and can enable damage, while the simulation mode requires the player to earn driver's licenses, pay for vehicles, and earn trophies in order to unlock new and returning courses. Gran Turismo 2 features nearly 650 vehicles and 27 racetracks, including rally tracks.
Number 2.
Final Fantasy VII is a role-playing video game developed by Square for the PlayStation console in 1997. Assisted by a large promotional campaign, Final Fantasy VII received widespread commercial and critical success. It remains widely regarded as a landmark title, as one of the most influential and greatest video games of all time. The title won numerous Game of the Year awards and was acknowledged for boosting sales of the PlayStation and popularizing console role-playing games worldwide. Critics praised its graphics, gameplay, music and story. Its success has led to enhanced ports on various platforms, a multimedia sub-series called The Compilation of Final Fantasy VII, and the ongoing multi-part high-definition Final Fantasy VII remake, where the first installment was released in 2020. This was a remarkable game, and this title became the first in the series to use full motion video and 3D computer graphics, which featured 3D character models superimposed over 2D pre-rendered backgrounds. And now for number 1, which you have been waiting for this whole video. This game sold more than 10 million copies, and the title may actually surprise you. Also, stay tuned until after the countdown to see the commercials of these games. Can you guess what video game sold the most copies on the original PlayStation 1? Alright, I won't keep you waiting for longer.
Number 1.
Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is a simulation racing game, and it was developed by Polyphony Digital and published by Sony Computer Entertainment in 1997 for the PlayStation 1 console. Gran Turismo was well received publicly and critically, and scored an average of 95% in game rankings aggregate, making it the highest rated racing game of all time. Many publications have even deemed this as one of the greatest video games of all time. The game started off a series and has spawned over 10 spin-offs and sequels. Alright guys, so that's the list of the best-selling PlayStation video games of the original PlayStation 1. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. You can also ring the bell icon to get notified of all my latest uploads. Alright, well, I hope you stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Only one man against an entire squad of high-tech special ops. If you want to survive, you gotta have brains. You have to be in peak physical condition. The fate of the free world is in your hands, soldier. Failure is not an option.
Sir, aren't these tests kind of easy?
Suicide mission.
Oh.
Metal Gear Solid.
PlayStation.
Laura's back.
Planting tulips in the winter can make for a very exciting spring. But first, the bulbs must be prepared.
Yeah, you in the sweater. Save yourself from the grips of old age and boredom. Step away from the table and put the shovel down. Gardening in tulip bulbs. Boring. Yawn, yawn. Oh, somebody's pretty sassy. Ooh, you go, girl.
PlayStation.
What makes you sweat? Is it passion? Or could it just be heat? What about not knowing if your very next breath will be your last? What about all three? Tomb Raider from IDOS Interactive.
Welcome to Hogwarts. Where you seek snitches and summon spells. Where you discover your destiny. and become Harry Potter in the video game Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone from EA Games. Rated E for everyone.
I didn't think our marriage would survive.
It was really awful. Both of us kept everything pent up until one of us would just explode.
Hey, stupid! What kind of a meal was that? You had to... Then we discovered Tekken 3. This is for 40 years of macaroni and cheese.
That's for never saying I'm sorry.
And this is for your mother.
That's for the loser that you are, Patrick. Thank you, Tekken 3.
PlayStation.
人間たちの物語ファイナルファンタジーVIII。
An evil empire is sucking the life force from the planet, destroying all that's in its path. It's up to one soldier of fortune to save the world. If he succeeds, you survive. If he fails, you can always hit the reset button. Final Fantasy VII.
PlayStation.
You know why you're here, so where were you?
I told you.
You don't want to change your story?
No, I took a TVR Cerebra.
Ran the Nissan Skyline and a Toyota Supra.
That's right.
And you spun the TVR.
Yes!
There's no record of a missing TVR or a crash with a Skyline or a Supra that night.
Do you want to change your story?